Welcome to Date with Danu. Today on the show, we have talent oozing out. On the show today, we are going to be speaking to two very interesting personalities about music, theatre, love for everything entertainment, and so much more. As my first guest on the show, I'm happy to have the one and only Soundarie David Rodrigo.
Hi, my name is Soundarie David Rodrigo. I'm a pianist, a choral director, a music educator, and an intellectual property lawyer. It's great to be here today on the show, Date with Danu. So I've known Danu for a long time really, because our friendship started way back at St. Lawrence's Church in Velavatta. And we've been friends. He's supported me, I've supported him. But like any relationship, as friends, we've had ups and downs. There are times I have not necessarily agreed with him, and I'm sure he felt the same with me too. But he's a great personality, and his perseverance in taking things to the level he wants it to, or his vision for creative ideas has always been great and admired.
After 4 long seasons, I got her. Thanks for being on the show.
Honored to be here, Danu.
So Sounds, that's how you are known and loved mostly. You have had such a great, eventful years in the last few years. You have judged a reality show. How was that experience?
It was something new, challenging, but I'm glad I did it because we also got to see so much of talent out there, and it took me out of my usual comfort zone.
Sri Lanka's Got Talent is a good platform. It was not only music, it was all types of talent. How was it the first few recordings for you to sit through and give a comment or like have an opinion?
The biggest challenge for me was, obviously I'm Tamil, so speaking in Sinhalese doesn't come very easily. So that was the biggest challenge, but of course I had 2 great companions and friends now, Mr. Jackson Anthony and Dilshan Tilakaratna. So they really helped me along the way, and they were like, just be yourself, even if it's the broken Sinhalese, just go for what you actually want to say. And so first few weeks I was actually nervous. So I was like, what if I say the wrong word? What if and it's not like my Tamil helped me either. But yeah, it was a good experience.
But in terms of talent across what you see, where do you think we are in terms of, are we like in par with what we see internationally?
See, Danu, I think I've told you a long time ago also, I've always maintained that there's a lot of talent in Sri Lanka. I mean, you have interviewed so many talented people on this show itself.
Yeah, we have gone through 4 seasons.
Yes, so there is a lot of talent. It's just sadly, we don't have the resources to take it to another level. So you have to do your own pushing. You have to find, if we were in another country, things would have been, I mean, these talented people were situated differently in another country, I think it would have been very different.
Because all these reality shows keep on opening more and more doors to these people, but they're all doors that lead them to like just a wall, and they're like,
exactly.
Oh, I had so many dreams and I'm just back again here. Well, it's a bit of a tight situ, but yet we're going to talk to one person who left our little cocoon and sort of flew off to another country, made some big waves and came back and has been making some big waves here as well. I'm here to speak about a local actor who is international today, Gehan Cooray.
Hello, my name is Gehan Cooray. Professionally, I'm an actor, classical baritone singer, and an independent filmmaker who is based in Los Angeles, California. Personally, I think I'm rather saintly. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm chaste and pure. And even though I'm chaste and pure, I'm looking forward to going on this date with Danu today and Soundarie David. I think this is a fantastic show because Danu and I have acted on stage way back in 2002. I think Danu has come a long way since then. I think he's one of our premier media personalities. He's on par with Ellen DeGeneres, I would say. I really love his concept. What most people don't know is that Danu once played the role of Emilia in Othello. Emilia is Desdemona's maid, the heroine's maid in Othello, and apparently he gave a very moving performance. So I've heard from the judges at the Shakespeare drama competition.
And we are back with Gehan Cooray. I just wanted to cross-check his name with the I got it wrong, but I have got it right. Gehan, thank you for being here.
I think we had so much fun on Danu on Fire that we couldn't
we had to just continue burning.
Exactly. And of course with my good friend Soundarie David.
Yeah, put on to the flames as well.
Yes, exactly.
So, Gehan, you have had such a busy trip to Sri Lanka. Like, I don't think even the Prime Minister or the President has so many appointments as you have. How are you keeping?
So, fortunately, we did have a lovely Valentine's Day retreat with my mother at the W15 Hantana estate in Kandy, which was absolutely marvelous. It was an oasis in the mountains. I don't even like Kandy usually, but this was to die for. I think I feel rejuvenated now, albeit a little heavier. Because plumper, exactly.
Yeah, it's nicer that way.
Thank you.
I don't think Gehan uses small words, no? Everything is just big words, and I have to figure out what in the world am I listening to. Quick dictionary turn here. But let's speak a little bit about the feedback. Now, people have all just got a chance to watch the trailer of The Billionaire, and we have gone ahead and done all this promotion with the trailer. When is this movie coming out?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked, because Ceylon Theatres confirmed today, Danu, that the movie will premiere in Sri Lanka on the big screen on the 12th of March, 2021, just a few weeks away, 12th of March. And
are you having a red carpet event?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you going to be here?
I will be here.
Is there a dress code?
We'll let you know. We'll keep you posted.
Okay.
And in America...
I don't know whether I'm invited. I just wanted to check.
Of course, you're on the list.
Thanks.
You're on the list.
Thank you.
Yes. You're on the first page.
Oh, thanks. Because I come under D, that's why. Tell me, okay. And in the US?
And in the US, the movie will premiere on the Lumley virtual cinema platform on Friday, the 19th of February. Lumley is the premier independent movie theater chain in Los Angeles, Danu. Carl Lumley, the founder, also founded Universal Studios 100 years ago. So his family continues the Lumley theater chain, and they have a virtual cinema platform because unfortunately the cinemas are still closed in LA.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, when I was in LA, I was watching most of my movies there.
At the Lumley, right? Of course.
In
Where
LA?
else would you go?
You all believed it, right?
No, I for a moment I had a doubt.
I like to say these things and see what people's reaction. No, men, not even thought of going there still.
Ayo, but men
But to do, men, but to do, it's not easy like that, okay? Not like
Oh, you better
traveling
come
to
and
Piddy
see
itself,
me.
it's hard. All right, so Soundarie and Gehan, how did you all meet and when did you all meet?
In
Was it
1996.
Auntie Sammy's
Auntie
show?
Sammy's show.
Yeah, so you should give that.
1996, how young were you? Like
So-
3?
I was like 8 years old. We
Yeah.
didn't really meet, but I knew this fabulous pianist was
Yeah.
at one of Auntie Sammy's.
At that time itself, you were playing the piano?
I think so. This is 1997, right? Yeah, 6. So I would have just come back from England, and yeah, I think Auntie Sammy called me to play the piano for one of her productions.
Oh, wow.
So I was there. I think Auntie Usha was doing
The choreography, yes.
Yeah. So I don't think we spoke then.
We didn't speak then, but in 2000, when Indu Dharmasena directed The Mikado, the Gilbert and Sullivan operetta at St. Joseph's College, of which I'm a proud product,
Just slipping in the stool there.
slipping in the school there, Danu. And Soundarie was the music director,
Yes.
choral director,
Yeah,
and that's when we really got to know each other. I was 12.
Yeah.
Right. Soundarie, do you want to mention your name,
No.
age as well there? No.
Let's,
We'll move
let's
on
not.
from there. All right, I think we are getting into a break. We'll see you on the other side. You stick around. It's okay. Good stuff. Welcome back, and we are talking to Gehan and Soundarie. So, this time that you're here, and you performed at Jetwing Columbus 7 last time you were here, right?
Actually, last time was at Bishop's College Auditorium with Soundarie. We did a concert which was a fundraiser for
Rotary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And the one before that also you performed with her?
Yes, before that it
And
was
Menaka.
actually Soundarie and Menaka,
Menaka.
my former voice teacher, and also Niyamalti Alves at the Lionel Bent Theatre.
Oh, wow. Okay,
That's, I think you were there for that, Danu.
no, I think I came for I think the one after.
Okay.
So hard to keep tabs, of all of these performances. So, Soundarie, you have worked with so much of talent, and you're continuing to do so. Apart from music, have you ever thought of getting into like other things, like?
Like?
I don't know. Now we have done choral, and do you feel like these choirs are fading off, and like that culture is dying? Do you feel that's going to happen?
I won't say culture is dying, but I must say the last 2 years, especially with this COVID, it's made me think differently. So it's made me focus more on individual voices, because the many activities that we do on Zoom that we had no other choice but to do.
Correct.
We had to, record voices individually. So at the end of the day, it's a sound engineer's work to put the voice together and make it a choral sound. So by doing that, it made me think more on an individual voice and how I could take that forward.
Right.
So that is where I think, and also a lot on music education. As you know, now there's the Soul Sounds Academy. So we are trying to do things differently there. So a lot of my energy goes into, the artistic side of it, making sure we have good programs coming up. So yeah, if at all that way.
Okay, now Soul Sounds Academy, you have even done shows. You have done songs in Sinhalese, in Tamil. You have done a concert for S.V. Balasubramaniam as a tribute to him. You have completely broken all barriers in terms of music in trying to, have all languages get the same amount of recognition. But in Sri Lanka, as you know, Sinhala music always goes all parts of our country. It reaches further. Are you ever going to get into mainstream music? Trying to see the pop, hip-hop range?
Well, I am working on some originals, so I am composing.
Okay.
So I've always been advised that, listen, you have to be in keeping with time, so you have to look at what's happening now, trend. So I can't base my music on some old-fashioned, genre. So I'm working around, but I would like to, in the process, also keep some kind of the classical background that I have been brought up and learnt. So let's see where it takes. But yeah, I will at some point look into going to the mass. Yeah.
To the mass.
To the mass.
Have you ever tried seeing what you can do sort of in LA when you are like, when you're speaking about Sri Lanka or promoting Sri Lanka? Have they asked you what's your language there? What do you all do? Because not that we are not exposed to the US. US is not exposed to us. So I would like to blame the other way around.
Yes.
So we jolly well seem to be knowing everything that's happening there, but they don't seem to be knowing anything that's happening here.
Yes.
So apart from the fact that they think that you're Indian, what else do they expect from you when you say Sri Lanka?
Occasionally they'll say, oh, the country where the typhoon hit. And I'll be like, no, it was a tsunami, not a typhoon.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly. I think it's incumbent upon me to teach them, educate them. In fact, one of the songs that Soundarie and I did together, Olu Pipila, 2016 Independence Day, Olu Pipila. So, I try to send that video out to casting directors there so they get a sense of our beautiful language and the flavors of our music.
Exactly.
So I think, through my music, I try to give them a taste of Sri Lanka, Danu.
All right, I have a fun segment that I really like doing, and it's called Hot Seat. In my previous segment, I have learned two big words. Sequestered, correct?
Yes.
And number two, I've learned another word during a break, portable.
Yes.
Is this water portable? I never knew that you can use portable.
P-O-T-A-B-L-E, not P-O-R.
By the way, please, as an actor, please act as if it's coffee.
Okay.
It's hot coffee. Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah, because I've always made everyone believe it's hot coffee in here, and I don't want people to think it's water.
Okay.
Just act it.
Yes, iced coffee. Yeah.
All right, so Soundarie, do you want me to start with you?
Do we have a choice?
We can start with Gehan.
Ladies first.
Okay, whichever.
All right, here we go. If you had to take part in Dancing Stars, who would your partner be? These are your options. Rukshan Pereira, Neomal Alvis, Rajitha Rupasinghe.
First of all, I wouldn't take part in dancing.
The whole point is these are hypothetical questions.
But I don't like dancing.
Okay, if you had to sit next to somebody at
So you
Dancing
said who,
Star.
Rajitha, Neoma?
Rajitha, Neomal, and Rukshan.
Well, I do know all three of them, but the person I know the most in some kind of capacity is Neoma.
All right, question number 2. If you had to choose your favorite vocalist today in the music scene,
Ooh.
who would you pick out of the following? Your options are Billy Fernando, Umara, Ashanthi Alves, Devashri.
Well, it really depends on the song, Danu.
Can't.
No, but it
Just-
does, because if it's something
you have to
jazzy, I would pick Ashanti.
Just pick one person who you like.
No, then I wouldn't be fair, right? I'm just going with the person I like.
No, that's what's so like.
No, but then I have to, do justice to
Don't
their
do
voices.
lawyer
They're
terms
all
with me.
amazing voices.
Right, just pick one.
Depends on the song.
Okay,
You did know I was difficult, right?
Olu Pipila.
Okay, now say the names.
Billy Fernando, Umara, Ashanthi Alves, Devashri.
So it would be between Umara and Devashri for Olupipila.
If you were to do a music video with Iraj, what would you name the title and who would be the pick for your video star, as your video star?
So if I was doing this with Iraj, wouldn't he be the one making the pick?
No, I'm asking you because
Yeah.
now you have been given the creative power to
Okay.
choose the title of this song and at the same time cast somebody to play the lead in the music video.
But I'm really not good at this. That's why I've got
That's-
a video director for my
This
next
is my
video.
chance asking you. Iraj has now gone mute. He can't speak or say
Well,
anything.
he should get somebody else then, not me.
Just answer the question.
But I really don't have an answer for this.
What would you title the song? A song with Iraj.
I don't know, I've not worked with him in any kind
The
of
whole
capacity.
point is to be creative and think.
But right now, I can't be creative just like that, Danu.
I can't do this show with her.
I really have to give this question a miss because I would come
As
up
if
with
you have
a-
given all the other questions
I,
a fair chance. Who has contributed the most to the Western theatre industry, Western music and theatre industry,
okay.
and it's up to you
Okay.
how you see it, in our country? Mary and David, Manu Chanmugam.
Okay, personally to me, I studied with Auntie Marianne. So to me, she has helped me a lot. She's made me appreciate good music. She's encouraged me as a pianist, as a accompanist.
The answer
and
is?
the answer, because I have personally worked with her, is Marianne David. Of course, Mr. Mano Shanmuam has been the ABRSM representative and has done a lot for music as well in this country. So both of them have done a lot. Personally, because of my working relationship with Marianne David, my choice is hers. Thank you very much, Danu.
Out of the two Delano brothers, who is your favorite personal vocal? Your personal favorite vocalist?
Okay, first of all, both of them are great entertainers in terms of the
Vocal,
voice.
yeah.
Yes,
He
I'm
have
getting
given you a very
there. I
specific-
just had to say something prior to that. In terms of the voice, it's Ishan, I think.
Thank you, Soundarie, for
You're
a
welcome.
terribly played Odyssey. Gehan, over to you.
Okay, okay.
You can make it simpler.
I'll try.
Who has been your biggest theatre inspiration? Indu Dharmasena, Gehan Aloysius, Jit Piris.
Oh, definitely Indu Dharmasena, hands down.
If you had to make another Hollywood film named Titanic 2, who would you cast to play the lead role out of the following? You'll have to pick the Jack.
Okay, a resurrected Jack.
Yes.
Okay,
Kolu, Ronald De Silva, Manu Chanmugam
let's go with Mano Chanmugam.
to play Jack.
Yes.
Who is your favorite singer on stage when it comes to theatre music, theatre performances?
Like musical theatre?
Yes.
Okay.
Your options are Kumudini David, Shanuki D. Alvis, Bola from So Sounds.
I would have to say Kumudini David because Bola is a good friend of mine, but of the three, I would go with Kumudini David.
Okay. Your show on Daily Mirror, Meeting the Minds.
Meeting of the Minds.
Meeting of the Minds. I forgot the off here. Whose show did you enjoy the most and whose show did you enjoy the least? You can choose the most and the least out of these lot.
Okay.
Angela Senivaratna, Soundarie David, Manu Chanmugam, Indu Dharmasena.
Oh dear, this really, now you put me on the spot. I would say, and I'm not just saying this because we're friends, I did enjoy the segment with Soundarie the most simply because we are also personal friends, I think.
Okay.
Whereas the others, I've always kind of looked up to them as, senior people
Yeah.
in the industry. Of course, Soundarie is also a senior person, but we have a personal friendship,
not
so we
that old.
enjoyed our time together, right? Least, I would say, honestly, and Uncle Mano, bless your darling heart, I would have to say Uncle Mano simply because Uncle Mano brought sheets and sheets of notes to give me adequate answers. So I think Neomal and I were like, oh gosh, Uncle Mano, just put those damn sheets aside and answer the question.
But you did choose him as Jack, so
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's playing a lead there in a film.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, your final question: if you were to do the next movie in Hollywood, what would the title be?
The title would probably be Love Unspoken.
Oh, I really thought it could be like Trillionaire or something.
That's a little
Just
too-
wanted a richer movie.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so it's going to be, and this really is a screenplay I'm working on, Love Unspoken, a.k.a. a pure and chaste young man. Played by yours truly, of course. No, really, that's the title.
Oh,
of the-
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Let's get into a break. When we do come back, we have more coming your way. Do stick around. It's a day. Good run. So sometimes we like to play this game with those who are musically talented, and it's called Guess the Lyrics. Actually, it's Finish the Lyrics. Guess, finish, guess the title, whatever it is. All right? Ready? Now, you're all singers, you're musicians, you all should be knowing these.
But
you
I
have
mean,
done
I
tribute
just
concerts
play the-
and handled a choir
Yeah,
with
but I mean,
performances.
they learn the words. I just tell them the
As if you
parts
don't
and
know
the
the words.
harmonies. I don't have to know words, and I'm going to be bad at this. I'm just telling you right.
God, ever so not willing to be a part of this show. All right, are you ready?
How does the game work?
I'll be reading a part of the song.
And
you
we
need to guess
both
where it
finish,
is.
okay.
And you can finish it, okay?
Okay.
Time has come for me to see how much your love has meant to be. Meant to me.
The thing is,
Time has come for me to see.
How much your love has meant to me.
now I have
Can
to...
you not play the music? Then I'll be able to play the song.
It's such a popular artist. You even did a tribute concert for her.
So then Whitney.
And what's the song?
Can't it be something like, and I will always love you, and then I'll
It's
take
actually the song.
Oh, wow.
That's just a lucky guess. All right. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one.
The thing is, Danu, because I'm an operatic singer, if you gave me the lyrics, if you gave me the words to a French operatic aria or an Italian operatic aria, I would tell you, oh yes, Largo al factotum from Il Barbiere di Siviglia, or Près des Remparts de Seville from Carmen. But these pop songs, I don't sing pop, Danu.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
not a pop song.
What is
well,
it?
it is a pop song, but he's such a legend. I'm sure you know. You did a
MJ?
tribute concert for him. You've killed them all. Soundarie, you've killed them all. Just tell me.
Michael Jackson.
Correct. And from where? What's the
She's
song?
just a.
She's just a girl who claims that I am the one.
Can you
Oh,
say it in the.
Wait. I know this one. The one where, what? Something about the kid is not my son?
Correct. That's the next line. Well done, Gehan, for speaking French.
Oui, bien sûr, monsieur. Oui.
It's Billie Jean's.
Billie Jeans. Billie Jeans. Da-da-do.
See, you're
Correct.
singing pop.
Well,
Yeah.
I can sing it, but I don't really listen to it. But Michael Jackson is a
I'm
more
sure you'll
classic
know
pop
this
song.
one, Soundarie. It's from your time. She's crazy like a tool.
It's not my time, but I've grown up listening to it probably because my father used to. Boney M.
Correct.
Yeah.
And?
Cool, mama, or something, deadly cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Actually, y'all are just terrible to play game. I'm not going to do what do you call it? Those house parties with y'all where we have to do like Uno or something. Y'all will be terrible at it.
We might be good there. I mean,
Y'all
we
might just
won't have
play-
cameras in front of us.
Thank you, Sound.
Anyway, so Soundarie has actually come prepared to be a lawyer on this show. I have been told by one of my very close associates that this conversation has happened, that she's going to come on the show.
I wonder whether she advised me to do so.
Yes, and she has advised her, you are a lawyer, I'm sure you can get out of questions faster than he can actually ask the questions. Now I'm just left with no answers. I'm so happy you're not practicing law, because you would have musicked your way out of everything. All right, so Gehan, what's next for you when you go back?
So,
What would you call home?
Home? Well, I'm a US citizen now, so I guess America is technically my home.
Right.
But Sri Lanka will always be my motherland, of
Yes.
course, you know. So, you know, in 2019, Danu, I made my Carnegie Hall debut with a solo concert at Carnegie Hall. I would love to do another Carnegie Hall concert because they invited me to perform there again and do another solo concert. And I would like to do it with Soundarie. Actually, what I would like to do is have the first half
With Soundarie?
Sorry, the first half with Menaka de Fonseca Sahabandhu, who got me into opera, and the second half, which would be the Broadway section with Soundarie, because Menaka and Soundarie are the Auntie Menaka, and Soundarie are the people I've collaborated with the most in my Sri Lankan concerts.
Amazing. If you want somebody to come and hold the light when you're like changing or something, I'm there.
You can be the compare.
Exactly.
I don't think they want me to compare there.
Well, I'll tell them I want to.
There you go. It's always good. You're my Priyanka. Gehan is my Chopra to life. No. You are my Nick Jonas.
Oh.
That makes sense because, you know, Priyanka had him.
Okay.
Just wanted to say that. All right, on that note, we are going into updating your status. We'll see you on the other side. So updating status is what's happening. So Soundarie, now that you have like very famous friends, you have become active on social media during your reality show time. I was looking at pictures on Instagram. Before that, I didn't see you so active.
But we were friends, right? Even before that?
Yes, we were, but it's just that that's how I saw the fact that it was a change in the active level.
Well, you have to keep up with times. Yeah, I am careful of what I post on social media.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at, because you're a lawyer, you anyway overthink, you get stressed for no reason. How
Mainly
do you get to
because
posting
I
a picture?
overthink. No, I do still think about it. I think about it a million times before posting it.
Okay.
I'm still picky about what I post. But I am a bit more active. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I've seen like a bit of a penetration of photographs from the Soundarie David Rodrigo pages coming out. Handling the girls, the Soul Sounds have been around for a long time, and most of them have been a part of the group for like forever. How is it? How is it to work with all girls, and how do you all handle each drama, good times, bad times, tantrums?
Yeah, so like you said it all, good times, bad times, tantrums, opinions, all that, and I'm not very easy to work with either.
We know that. We know that.
That's not true. You had to
Well,
interject.
good times, bad times. So you have a
Gehan,
bit
you have
of
only
both.
seen the good times.
No, he's seen the bad times also.
I have only seen the bad times,
No,
so I'm trying to see the middle time.
That's
here.
so not true, Danu. Take back that statement. You
No,
have
so I'm
seen,
just-
have you seen a nicer side of me as well?
I'm in the doghouse at this very moment. I'm just trying to somehow get to the main entrance at least. So tell me.
No, I mean, I think through it all, our love for music has kept us together.
Okay.
That's the truth. And we always come together because no matter what the differences are, I mean, and it's tough. The older they get, the older I get.
The tougher you all get.
Yeah, and also our priorities keep changing,
Yeah.
right? Once you leave school, it's different. Once you start working, then you start building a career. So through it also took a lot of understanding from my end. So at this point, there are a lot of young ones as well. So we try to keep the group together, and then we keep changing leaders every year. So that
Okay.
is refreshing. So they help me keep the group together.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the biggest problem that you all have faced? As a choir, have you all ever decided to walk out of it?
Not really.
It hasn't happened still.
And I hope it won't happen, Danu.
I'm just asking. Not that I want it to happen, but I'm just asking.
No, and also remember, like we keep taking this last year, just before the first lockdown, we actually called for open auditions.
Okay.
So a lot of new people from outside, not necessarily who have sung with me earlier, joined. So we had 6 new recruits just last year. So we
Okay.
keep making, I mean, of course, I would love to have my seniors, but I am open to the idea that things may not always be the same.
of
But
course.
Soul Sounds will continue as long as God gives me strength to do so.
Okay. What is your favorite group in our country? Like, you would have seen so many, and musically, we are actually a very talented country.
No doubt.
Yeah, and there are so many choirs that when we were in school, choirs were the best thing to happen. Like
Yes.
we were so involved.
And I think Peter's kept
Yes.
it going.
Of
I still
course, we were the
remember that.
pioneers,
Yeah.
Excuse me, St. Cecilia's Choir of St. Joseph's College.
I have to admit.
Peter's was always
Yeah,
better.
the Easter cantata I used to put together. And,
We were
yeah.
always so much better.
I've never even heard of this Easter cantata.
It happened on Easter Sunday.
Oh.
And to be fair, the Holy Family Convent Choir that won the Joseph Vaz concert in 1995 is because the Peterites, although the finals took place at St. Peter's, we were singing a harder song, obviously. For Unto Us, I'll never forget. And it was,
For unto us a child is born.
and so we had so many runs, like da 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 da. Yeah. So in those runs, of course, we had something that went wrong somewhere, and then we had the Hallelujah.
Of course, you're
Messiah.
Peterite. You can't sing. No, like us.
We were so good. And you all were not even in that concert. Josephians didn't
Anyway,
even
HFC won this.
Wait,
so,
let me
yeah,
just say it.
okay.
So anyway, to be fair, the Peterites didn't perform as much as we would have loved to at the real finals.
So that's because you're
Wait.
saying you made a wrong choice of song, is
No,
it?
we were great in our music.
Okay.
Then came the finale where we were doing like a showpiece. There were no judging on that day. It was just the awarding night. And there we performed so well and Holy Family really suffered. So the people who came, and the people who came for the awards night were like, that's such an unfair judgment.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody who spoke to me, then I remember
After
like,
that
wow.
is when Soul Sounds or like the Holy Family Convent Choir was recognized. I would like to bring that to
But-
note here.
Wait,
Let's
was this
take-
1995?
Yeah.
I wasn't in the choir at the time. Had I been there, we would have won.
You're talking about
You all
St.
didn't even
Joseph's.
take
I don't think
part.
y'all took part.
Yeah, because I wasn't there. Hello.
The whole point is you all didn't take part.
Well, if I had been in the choir as the lead soprano, they would have.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. After the school war has been now set aside in the earlier segment, welcome back. Soundarie, you are very attached to your phone, I see.
Kind of.
Why is that?
No, part of it is work. So I'm always.
Currently, what you are doing is not work. You're checking social media.
Yes, because we just updated our status.
Yes.
And I was curious to know who had commented on
Right,
it.
that is what
Yeah.
you call Facebook. That's what Facebook is doing to us.
Agreed.
There you go, there you go. Are you active on social media, Gehan?
I am. I'm. I try to be, but I'm a little more selective, I think, about what I post than most people nowadays.
Have you shown a bit and piece of the movie to Soundarie?
Yes, she saw the trailer.
Yeah, and of course he had spoken to me long before it, when it was all shaping up.
Exactly.
And,
Along the process, I've shared.
yeah.
And you sing in the movie as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay, for somebody who's watching who does not know about this, tell us about The Billionaire, the film.
Sure. So The Billionaire is an adaptation of a play by George Bernard Shaw from the 1930s. It was called The Millionaires originally. I changed the genders around. I made it The Billionaire. I did add a musical component to it because I'm an operatic singer.
Yeah. Does it break into song? No.
It's not a musical.
Okay, but there are parts of it.
There are parts of it where my character sings, all French operatic arias.
Why, you
because-
couldn't like try English?
So no, there's a reason for that because my main love interest in the movie is half French.
Okay.
So I kind of serenade them through my French operatic arias.
Okay.
Yeah.
He couldn't speak English as well.
He could speak English, but in order
It's
to
nicer. in
It's nicer,
French.
it's more romantic,
Of course,
of
it's
course.
yes, definitely.
yes.
Yeah. And then continue.
And so the film is about this billionaire who's very haughty, but also pure and chaste, because Gehan Cooray has to infuse his chastity and purity into every character he plays.
There you go. Yeah.
Unless it's a character that somebody else has written for me, then I'll play
Whatever.
Whatever.
It's because you wrote it.
because
and you
I
had to.
wrote it, and
How was
exactly.
the experience putting the film together, working with all these studios?
Yes, it was daunting, but I think the culmination, of course, was when I took the film to Warner Brothers for post-production.
Where you taught them a few things?
Where I taught them a few things.
Yeah.
About color correction, and but the thing is, Danu, growing up, I think one of our favorite musicals is My Fair Lady. Soundarie loves it as much as I do. My Fair Lady, the film version, was shot at Warner Brothers Studios. So to do the post-production for my film at Warner Brothers, to do the post-production for my
You
film
wanted
at Warner
it at-
Brothers Studios was very special because, you know, it's such a legendary movie studio.
Soul Sounds, would there ever be a male version to it? I've asked you this before many years ago, and you have never given me a very direct answer.
I don't think I ever give you a direct answer.
Yes, I know that.
But no, but the Soul Sounds Academy Intermediate Choir is a mixed choir of girls
Why
and
you
boys.
don't want to ever consider?
I mean, there are very good male choirs, right?
So you've just given that space to them. You don't want to clutter the environment.
No, I mean, and they're doing a good job. And also, I don't know, I just find it easier. Maybe it's
Really?
yeah, where we sustain the choir for so long, I must be doing something right. No, also sometimes, like even in the mixed choir, it's very difficult to get tenors and basses, and somehow their commitment level is not as much as what the girls would actually sing. I mean, this is just a personal opinion of mine.
I'm just going to let the comments say. Let's get into Sticky City, one of my favorite segments.
Clearly.
Let's talk. Sticky Situ. Now, Gehan, Cooray, I will start with you.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm sure it's a benefit to come from a family that could afford to do a film. It will help you to do a film as well. Do you feel that the Cooray name helped you?
Not at all, because I think I've said this in some other interviews. Nobody in the United States of America knows about the Courays. They don't know about Jetwing. They don't even know about Sri Lanka often.
Yeah, that part I know.
You know, so the Cooray name means nothing in Los Angeles or anywhere in America.
But financially, do you think it helped you achieve your dreams faster?
I wouldn't say faster because I did have to study cinema at the University of Southern California. So I graduated from USC, having studied drama, cinema, and psychology. And you know, psychology helps even in the entertainment industry because you have to know how to work with people. So I had to study my craft very seriously. And then eventually I got to making my feature film, having produced a few short films in Los Angeles. So it was a process, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Danu, frankly, and I think my mother would back me up on this, being able to finance a movie or partially finance a movie on your own is one thing with the help of your family.
Doing it
But to do it and make a success out of it
is another thing.
is another thing. And you know, when I won the Best Comedy Feature Award at the Burbank International Film Festival in September 2020, you know, they did not
know who you were,
who I was,
where you came
where
from.
I came from, my bank account, nothing. You know, it was purely on the artistic merit of the movie that I won.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that credit goes to you, which is amazing.
Thank
No,
you.
because the reason why I ask you is, you know, these are comments that you hear.
Sure,
and you would have faced these comments, and I wanted to ask you so
Yes.
that you can give the answer.
Because, you know, any idiot can take the parents' money and, you know, try to make a movie, but, you know, I to get it to the level where it's now in consideration for the Oscars, what I mean by that is it's eligible for Oscar nominations now.
Right.
And, you know, they take me seriously, and of course the Oscars don't know anything
Who
about
you are.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes they might not even know who we are. Exactly. Like whether we are Sri Lanka is a country or an island or what it is.
Totally, a part of India, yeah.
Which is true. Which is true. Now, we'll move to the other person who is in this vibrant blue-green sari, who was not talking to me all this time. The highest amount of words we have shared in the past 2.5 years is this show.
But the COVID happened, so...
Oh, what do you mean? COVID?
So we couldn't meet to talk.
They asked us to be quiet during COVID.
We never met.
They said social distancing, not silencing
But
people.
did you ever reach out to me?
Yes, I did reach out. This is the second time that Soundarie has refused to talk to me because somebody said something on this show and she took it personally. But this show is entertainment. So how do you feel now in your lawyer's outlook? Do you feel that we have to look beyond this and we have to be friends and go back in time?
We were always friends.
Yeah, but you went... I didn't know that friends can be silent for so long.
Well, those who know me well know that I'm kind of moody as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, and so are
Moody
you,
is
right?
one thing, but angry is another thing.
I can be
But
angry too.
whoever told you I was angry with you?
You. And at the same time, have you
Maybe
ever
we
given...
can talk over coffee.
that's
I'll-
okay. But
yeah.
how do you stand right now
Meaning?
about me? Do you think that I still like bring out too much of flames and fumes on this show?
No, but to be honest, watching a show, I have understood why you ask the questions you ask, and I think it's also good, I guess. Personally, I don't think it's correct for me to judge somebody. And I would try to refrain from doing that. Maybe I would have done it in the past, but right now I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I think each one is different, and you have every right to ask what you want.
Amazing. Now we are back to normal.
I said we were always friends.
Oh, there you go. So I told Gehan that I said she'll never come on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, and I said outright, I said she's not going to be.
Of course, again, to be honest, she did say because you're also on the show, Gehan, I'll
Yes,
come.
Okay, so
Yeah.
And she said,
but
she
I did say
emphasized,
that I
she
have
has absolutely
against-
nothing personal
yeah.
against
that's
Danu.
amazing. Because,
Yeah.
you know, in the last 5 years, I think Soundarie is the only one, apart from the government changing, who I've had the biggest changes with.
No, but honestly, if she had anything against you, she would have told me. She'd have said, Gehan, I'll do it for you, or with you, or whatever it is. But she really had not one negative thing to say about you. I promise
But
you that.
just don't you think sometimes society also plays a large role in kind of poisoning
I'm sorry,
your
I
mind?
live in Piliandra, there's no society,
No,
just
I'm
two
just
cows.
talking in general because sometimes people might cloud your opinion about
My
it.
opinions were never clouded.
Okay.
It was always rain and shine with sunshine and flowers. But was yours?
No, it was
The weather report has been really bad there.
This whole thing sounds like a tempest in a teapot.
There you go.
Yes.
Amazing. Now that we have moved on from there, let's get into a break because that was a fun segment. We're coming back with our final segment on the other side. Do stick around. We did some digging on Facebook because you can't actually do some digging on Instagram, and we found some photos. What's on their Facebook? Well, we'll start off with a picture from the millionaire.
The billionaire.
The billionaire, sorry. Make them richer, make them richer.
Oh.
Did the kiss happen on screen?
Yes, not at that point, but later on in the story.
Oh, this was just a tease.
This is a tease. I'm about.
Were you shy?
No, I wasn't.
Really? I would have died.
Oh.
I'm very shy, that's why.
Really?
Yeah. But
Because even one of my psychology professors at USC said, Gehan, you are not a shy person, when we were talking about personality and all of that.
when you have to like look at this on the big screen, your mum would have seen it as well.
Yes.
How was it? How was that moment?
But you know, she's also very open-minded,
That's
so it
great.
was fine. Yeah.
You know, I'm a real Jaffna Tamil boy. You know, I would be like, yo.
Oh, my paternal grandfather is also from Jaffna, Arasaratnam.
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
Now let's go back. Soundarie, you know, it's amazing. You've had the same face forever.
Oh my gosh. I think I've changed a lot since then.
But I was able to figure out who you are. It's the same face.
Okay, thank you for that.
She's the tall girl,
yeah.
third from the left.
Correct.
So all of us were actually students of Mary Billy Moria. I think she's one of the greatest teachers. And she's no more now. So this was after a prize giving at Ladies College.
Oh,
And
okay.
your teacher is there as well.
Menaka?
Menaka.
Oh, she's
Where?
in the
Where
same
is she?
picture.
I think
Is she next to you?
No, she's not in this
Okay.
picture. No.
So there's a silent partner that Soundarie has who is very supportive of her life.
Oh yeah, Pradeep.
Yeah, that's her husband.
So yeah, that was taken after Rajiv's homecoming, my brother's. Yeah, I think that's a nice capture.
He's
Yeah.
very handsome there.
Have you turned to leave or you have?
I think we were going in and somebody said, look for a photo, and then we
It's
just
one of those
did
real
a-
kuch kuch hota hai moments. Very nice. I know all three of these people on screen. And I had to bring it. The one in the middle is my dearest friend
Yes.
from the time I was 15 years old. And then we have the legend in theatre.
Of course, Jerome.
Yeah, and you all call him what? Godfather.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
No, Godfather, sorry. He has been a part of Soul Sounds. He's the only man to be a part of Soul Sounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also because when I was at the best school, HFC, so he used to do production. So I worked with him, under him, and then to have him on board with Soul Sounds was great. And we needed that senior person there, someone who could make sure I also don't go astray. Yes,
And you listen to him.
kind of.
Very reluctantly that came about. Again, I really like this car. I hope it's yours.
It's not mine. That car belongs to my dear friend in America, in Los Angeles, Richard Lillard. Lillard. Or Lillard, I suppose, is how it would be pronounced in English. Richard Lillard is a dear friend of mine. He's also an actor in Los Angeles. He loves all things vintage, as I do myself. And we've gone about Hollywood
You
Boulevard.
can actually like drive around in this?
You can.
Oh, wow.
He used to drive me around, and we used to dine about Hollywood in
Fabulous.
that. Yes.
Oh, my teacher. So she's the person I mentioned earlier, Mary Lily Moria. And then
Do you know the others who are there?
Yeah, so there's Ashan, he's now in South Africa doing very well as a musician. Varuni, she still plays, she's here in Sri Lanka. Harisha on my left, I have lost touch with. I hope she's doing her music as well. So like I said, after every prize giving, we used to take a picture with our teacher.
Brilliant. Yeah. So Gehan, I saw on one of your statuses that you are always, your family does not like when you do selfies.
Yes. Can you refresh my memory?
I thought it was a very hot selfie.
Where was this taken?
This was like in 2017.
Okay.
Really? It's so long ago?
Maybe 2019.
Yeah.
Maybe
19,
it's like 2 years
just
ago.
Like,
But the thing is, no. But I wanted to make a point with that, Danu.
Yeah.
That,
Tell me.
No, that you know, you can, as an asexual person, I can admire somebody aesthetically, but not sexually. So I think, similarly, vice versa, people can admire me aesthetically. They don't have to
have you in bed.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. I've said it. Soundarie, so we always see you in saris. I didn't know you had a punk rock time in your life.
Yeah, so that was at the Royal College of Music. Actually, that was Valentine's Day. And
who were you dating those days?
No, not that I was
Michael
dating
Jackson?
anyone, but we put out a musical program at the hostel we used to stay in. Yeah, so those are my dear friends from college.
Those were your outfits those days?
I don't know why I dressed that way, but
yeah, like a
do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. Okay. Choke and the whole. I want to see you in leather.
But I mean, when I'm in casual, I wear jeans. I mean, I don't wear sari all the time.
No, I have only seen you in sari for a long time.
That's because you don't meet me.
That's because you have not spoken to me in so long.
Actually,
I would like to see you dropping out from Velavate in some leather.
Ooh, that could be interesting. You know, I always say the way Soundarie speaks reminds me of Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin.
I don't know whether it's
very
exactly.
No, but it's very sultry. It's very yes.
Okay then.
I think on that note.
On that note, we need to wrap things up. Now I've been educated about asexual, and also you as in leather.
As Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. She's wearing green, Poison Ivy all the way.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, on that note, we need to wrap things up on the show. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you,
we will see you with another cool episode to date with Danu. Till then, you keep smiling. It's all right.
Thank you.